On October 30th, 2003, a musical called Wicked opened at the Gershwin Theater on Broadway. 21 years and more than 8,000 performances later, you still can see that show at the Gershwin today, twice on a Sunday, in fact. Based on a novel of the same title, Wicked is a prequel to The Wizard of Oz and an origin story for the Wicked Witch of the West. In the spectacular new movie musical version, Grammy, Tony, and Emmy-winning star Cynthia Erivo wears the green makeup and the black hat to play Elphaba, belting out those famous songs with Ariana Grande as Glinda the Good Witch. Cynthia and I got together in New York the other day for a Sunday sit-down and a walk through the theater district.
Yeah.
Now, are you sick at all of the color green?
No. Green happens to be my favorite color. I was like, oh, this is just an excuse for me to keep buying more green.
For Cynthia Erivo, green is the color of the season.
I love your shoes. Thank you. Fabulous. Thank you so much.
She has been dazzling in emerald on red carpets and now on the big screen.
Are people born wicked? Or do they have wickedness thrust upon them?
In director Jon M. Chu's movie musical, Wicked, based on the long-running Broadway show. Erivo stars as Elphaba, the Wicked Witch of the West.
You're green.
I am.
In a tale about what happened in Oz before Dorothy arrived.
Do you remember the first time you saw yourself in the mirror as Elphaba and what that felt like?
Yeah, it was surreal because it made it very, very real. And it was all of a sudden, oh, she's in the room. This woman we've been thinking of and imagining now exists.
Once I'm with the wizard.
The British-born Erivo has been dreaming about Elphaba, a role originated on Broadway by stage legend Idina Menzel since her days at the Royal Academy of Dramatic Art.
As we work hand in hand, the wizard and I.
What was your relationship with the Broadway show and the material?
By the time I left drama school, I knew this music off by heart. And so when I was 25, I decided to take myself on a solo date to Wicked in London and immediately fell in love with the story and with these characters and with Elphaba particularly, just because of how different she was and how outside she felt.
I just wish I could... What? You wish what?
We knew that the film was being made. I just asked no one to tell me. I really wanted to be a part of it, but I didn't want to let myself be hurt by not being asked to come in. So I just waited, and when it finally came my way, was raring to go.
The director, Jon Chu, he walked out of the room and he said, "We found Elphaba."
And it blows me away to hear that, because I knew I had given everything I could give. And you never know, you never assume until you know.
As you get into the role, are you able to block out of your mind all of the expectations that people may have about it?
You have to, because everyone has an idea of who she is and what this role means to them, and all I can really do is tell the truth of the story in front of me and hope that people connect with that version, while still being very conscious of what has been and what's come before.
So you've done your time on Broadway.
I have indeed.
Good to be back in the community
It
here.
is. It always feels a bit like home, you know?
Erivo is no stranger to these streets. The Grammy, Emmy, and Tony winner starred in the 2015 revival of The Color Purple before making her name in Hollywood with performances that include an Oscar-nominated lead role as Harriet Tubman.
God has shown me the future, and my people are free. My people are free!
Back home in London, Erivo's proud mom is downright giddy about Wicked.
She can't wait. She asked immediately, when is the premiere? When can I come? What should I wear? I need to get my outfit together. And it just so happens that she managed to pick pink and green materials to wear.
Amazing.
So sweet.
Pink goes good with green.
Goes well with green.
It so does.
Pink is for Glinda, the Good Witch, played by Grammy-winning pop star Ariana Grande.
So the first time we meet, she comes to my house and we just talk. We were on my floor just chatting. And the second time we get together is at Jon's house. He has a dinner. And then dinner finishes and we all gather around the piano. And that's the first time we sing. And that, for us, is a really big moment because we can really do this together, not just as actresses, but as singers too.
This truly was a collaborative effort with you two.
It couldn't have been any other way. I think both of us also knew that we wanted more than just this working relationship. We wanted to build friendship outside of it, which is what we have now.
I love the idea, and I don't know how common this is on other projects you've done, that you texting each other at the end of a long day, you were great today.
And then sometimes it would just be, I love you. We function like that every day now. We really like building and cultivating a real relationship outside of work. But because of that, our work, I think, was fortified because of it.
I think it's time, Cynthia,
Okay.
for you to see.
Oh, so insane.
How cool is that? What do you think when you see that?
It's just a huge, huge moment.
There's another one here as well, where we get both of you.
Like walking through here, seeing all of these billboards and movies, you don't know it can ever be you. And then it is. Thank you.
There are so many iconic songs, of course. Defying Gravity, perhaps the most famous among them.
To say I'm defying gravity whilst defying gravity is just one of the most meaningful things to me in this moment, particularly because it feels like to be in this place now feels a little bit like defying the odds.
As an actor, you're so accomplished, but does this feel to you like a leap?
It feels like a big leap for me, a big moment for me, and I'm really proud of it. This has been a ride.
Wicked Part 1 from our sister company Universal Pictures hits theaters on November 22nd, with the second installment arriving around the same time next year. Our thanks to Lily's Victorian Establishment in New York for hosting our conversation. Don't forget to subscribe to the Sunday Sit Down podcast to hear the full extended interview with Cynthia Erivo, including much more behind the scenes with Cynthia and Ariana Grande. You can find our conversation on Apple Podcasts or wherever you get yours.
This morning, we are catching up with a director who defies gravity, Jon M. He brought us In the Heights, a colorful musical by Lin-Manuel Miranda, to the big screen in 2021.
And who can forget his, groundbreaking take on the best-selling novel, Crazy Rich Asians?
Well, now Jon is directing one of the most highly anticipated films of this season, Wicked, the untold backstory of the Witches of Oz, that stars Emmy, Grammy, and Tony winner Cynthia Erivo as Elphaba and Grammy winner Ariana Grande as Glinda, or Galinda, and their worlds collide when they meet as young students of magic.
Which of you would volunteer to share a room?
Madam Marble,
Thank you, dear. That is very good of you,
what?
Miss Elphaba. Elphaba. You can room with Miss Galinda.
Wait,
what?
That's so good. Jon is here this morning. Good morning.
Good morning. It's great
Before we get to the movie, because we're all obsessed, we all got to go to a screening of it yesterday.
Great.
Let's talk about the Chuniverse, as you call it. You had your fifth child who actually arrived the day of the LA premiere.
Of the premiere. That morning, my wife was like, my water broke. I'm like, we'll go to the hospital.
Yeah. So tell us about Stevie Sky.
Stevie Sky. She's beautiful. She's alert. I got my wife home, and then I was watching, the premiere on streaming while the baby's coming out. The baby was born while the movie was playing at the premiere.
What?
Literally. That crosshairs is insane to hit.
Yeah.
So you're in the delivery room.
Yes.
Baby's coming.
Yes.
And you're like, wow, I think that's such a great film. Hang on, baby, hang on.
Didn't you also have 20 other babies while filming was happening?
This is my third baby during the making of Wicked.
Wow.
But that's how long we've taken to get here.
Kudos to you.
Thank
my
you.
goodness.
Thank you. But shout out to my wife. She's a warrior.
Yes,
She's like,
clearly.
go talk about your movie somewhere else, not here.
Yeah.
I'll catch you later.
That's amazing.
We're glad you came
that.
here to talk about it. Again, I said the same thing last hour to one of the actors. It's a triumph. It really is. I'm not a musical guy. I had never seen the actual Broadway show either. But what I found interesting is that you actually discovered this before it even hit Broadway.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was being workshopped in San Francisco before ever getting to the Gershwin. And my mom, who always took us to musicals growing up, took me. I was a sophomore, I think, in college, and we watched it, and it blew my mind. I remember thinking, some directors would be so lucky to make this into a movie one day. This is 22, 23 years ago, never thinking that I actually would be able to do it.
And talk to me about your vision. So I, on the other end of the spectrum, have seen it on Broadway like 4 times, right? And so it was very interesting sitting in between 2 people who hadn't seen the Broadway version. But it was actually, I'm like, stop asking me questions. But
I asked a lot of questions.
I mean, I'm like, at one point, I'm like, shut up! But tell me your vision for, because I think you took it to a whole nother level, and it was deeper than I ever could have imagined.
Yeah. Well, those two audience members, the one who doesn't know anything, who knows everything, was my nightmare for 3 years so far.
Which is literally everyone.
Yes, which is everyone. Which is, I think that was the magic trick that we got to do. You know, it's Wizard of Oz. So when you're revisiting this iconic place of Oz, and you're doing it in the movie theater, you got to go big. So we wanted to make the biggest spectacle of cinematic proportions on the scale of Ben-Hur and Cleopatra, and a musical all in one. Sort of a throwback to the golden age of Hollywood, but be pin sharp in its relevancy and its relevancy today. And with Ari and Cynthia, I mean, they nail it. They make it about what it feels like to be different and what it feels like to see each other when we're all so different. And of course, the music, Stephen Schwartz, a genius. All that music comes back in it. So it's just a good time.
So good, John.
So many metaphors in the film, too, which are especially relevant in the times that we live in now. But I think we've got a gift.
We got a gift. A little gift for you here.
Yes.
So I know you're busy.
Yes.
So
oh my gosh.
You've got a lot of children to dress, so we've
and there's so many babies. I don't know if we gave you enough.
You got food? Because I got to feed the kids. No, this is great. Wow.
And look, a little self-promotion. We've got all of our
children's books.
Okay, all right.
If you have any dream to turn a children's book into, a big blockbuster film that everybody wants to see.
Today's show onesies, all the things.
I love it. I love it.
Well done.
Thank you.
Seriously.
Thank you very
and
much.
thank you for what you've put into the earth. I told you, into the universe. Like, you just gifted us.
I can't wait for people to see it. I can't wait for people to see Cynthia and Ari. I think they're a revelation. You think you know them. But when you watch this movie, you'll see sides you've never thought. It'll feel like a discovery.
I'm Team Alpha, I'll tell you that.
Yeah.
It's incredible. Congratulations on
Thank you
everything.
Thank you.
And guys, Wicked from our sister company, Universal Pictures. It is in theaters on November 22nd. The wait is almost over.
I love it.
My name is Elphaba Throp.
I've done a lot of interviews in a lot of places all over the world, but I've never done one, in the land of Oz.
Oh, welcome.
Get used to it.
I mean, this is only a small quarter of what we actually ended up being in. What we were dropped into was an actual world that was built. We could touch and feel everything in front of us, so that we could really live in it. I think it's a wonderful gift to have.
The extensive and immersive sets help bring the story of an unlikely friendship to life.
You're green.
Elphaba, played by Cynthia Erivo, is an outcast born with green skin and a gift for the supernatural. And Ariana Grande is Glinda, an overconfident and popular student hoping to harness some magic of her own.
What do you remember, Ariana, about the first time you and Cynthia got together?
The first time we got together was at Cynthia's house before we left for London, before rehearsal started, before anything. And I just remember absolutely falling in love with her immediately the first day. In that minute. And we had amazing laughs, amazing conversations, but we also got very real immediately. We were sitting there. We hung out for 5 hours, and we just said, this is a very tall order. We have to take care of each other.
Ariana Grande is a pop icon who has even more Instagram followers than Taylor Swift. And Cynthia Erivo is a Tony, Emmy, and Grammy award winner.
Stand up, take my people with me together.
Still, the powerhouse duo say they weren't sure what would happen when they put their voices together.
With you and I defying gravity.
Both of us were really moved by the fact that we two potential strangers seem to have this implicit understanding, this musical understanding.
It's funny because we have very different voices when we're singing solo, but when we sing together, they kind of morph into one, and our vibratos even hold hands in a way.
3, 2, 1, action.
A majesty the cast also attributes to their acclaimed director.
The common denominator is Jon M, bringing the girls together in a sort of a union that I think we're all going to be grateful for the rest of time. And also, getting Michelle and Jon M understanding that people can achieve more than they know. And I think he's done that in the film.
It's all about our deep, profound connection, so we have to care for this, and we're deeply in love and devoted to the material. This is going to be a deeply beautiful and kind spiritual experience.
The diversity reflected in the film is something the cast and producer are particularly proud of.
If they had done it 10 years ago, right, we wouldn't have this very diverse cast sitting here. Right. So for that, I'm really, really happy and grateful.
Cynthia got to infuse what it feels like to be othered, what it feels like to be on the outside, what it feels like to not be included. And those things combined are probably like a realization of a bit of me and a bit of Elphaba.
The bond these actors share is strong, and so is their enthusiasm about the finished product.
Did you all watch it for the first time together, or did you watch it separately?
Separately.
Okay.
I haven't watched it yet.
You haven't watched it yet?
Michelle! I want to watch it with everyone.
Wait, tell her, tell her what she's missing.
Oh my God, you haven't seen yourself.
No, I haven't seen it yet. I want to be blown away.
Oh my God. It's stunning. It's insane. Oh, I don't want to spoil it.
Oh my God, I can't wait.
Oh my God, I'm so excited.
It was so fun to hang out with those guys, and I'm happy to report that Michelle Yeoh has definitely now seen the film at the LA premiere. And guys, I also want to say I got to spend the day with Big Brothers Big Sisters, my little sister for the day, Jamie. She also, I didn't flawlessly, she flawlessly interviewed the cast, better than I ever could. It was inspiring to hang with Jamie. Wicked, I love so much. And you know what else I love? You, Craig Melvin. Congratulations, my friend.
Oh, you're the best, brother. I love that you're a big brother, too, Sobo.
Yeah.
Well done, sir.
Thanks, man.
Thank you. Thank you, Sobo. Wicked, by the way, in case you hadn't heard, Wicked, it hits theaters this Friday.
You should wear this to take your kids on Saturday.
Maybe I will.
Team Elphaba.
I am Team Elphaba.
So is Roker.
I'm a bad witch.
Yeah.
Love it.
All right.
You said witch.
I did say it. Okay. But I know what you were thinking.
Oh. This morning, we are catching up with the great and powerful Jeff Goldblum. He's starred in huge blockbusters, playing an adventurous mathematician in Jurassic Park and a tech whiz in the alien invasion film Independence Day.
Well, now Jeff is bringing us to Oz in the new film Wicked. He is taking on the role of the wizard himself.
When two unlikely friends, Elphaba and Glinda, when they travel to Emerald City to meet him, he sees the magical potential in one.
She may not be ready. Casting a spell with the Grimmery? That's a mighty tall order. I should know.
You're right. We mustn't rush her. Perhaps today has been too overwhelming.
No. Please. Let me try. Let me prove myself.
Hair person,
Jeff
fantastic.
Goldblum is here. It's always a treat to have you, sir.
Dr. Craig, so nice to see you.
Thank you.
Harold Melvin and the Blue Notes. Now, Harold was your what?
My uncle, Uncle
That
Harold.
was Uncle. And what's the big hit from the Harold Melvin?
Oh, God.
Wait, is this true?
No, Harold's not my uncle.
Yes. Listen to this.
What was their big hit, Jeff?
You were singing it.
If you don't know me by now, you will never, ever know me.
Dylan and I have no idea what's happening. No, I do love this.
We should probably talk about Wicked.
Let's talk about Wicked. That was
because
good.
we saw it this week, and I'm not just saying this because you're here. You're fantastic. The movie itself is fantastic. The film is wonderful. You're wonderful. When you saw the script initially, did you know this is going to be a hit?
No, you never know if it's going to be a hit or not, but I loved the material. I saw the play before. I don't know if you've seen that play. I loved that, and I love the part. And this movie, tough to make a musical into a great movie, but Jon M had done something wonderful with In the Heights before. I loved Crazy Rich Asians. And then the cast, Michelle Yeoh, whom you saw there. Look at that. There he is with Ariana Grande and Cynthia Erivo. Now, the two of them are two of the greats of all time and perfectly suited for this. They knock it out of the park, and it's fantastic. So it turned out Wonderful. And the part of the wizard I liked. And, you know, it's rollicking, great entertainment. You laugh and you cry. But it's about things. You know, these two, like you said, these two women who are very different politically, sensibility-wise, and culturally. They burst their bubbles and they reach across the chasm and they come together and adore each other. And how about that? And the wizard is... do you know Robert Moses? You know, he's one of the characters in the American, you know, continuum of con men. Maybe Robert Moses wasn't such a con man, but, you know, P.T. Barnum. Those are kind of the models for that character. And Tesla and Edison. But early on, he's one of those leaders. He seems to be charismatic and kind of fun, but there are dark parts to him. You know, leaders from the start have used the demonizing others in order to seize and enhance power, as we know, and power corrupts, and absolute power corrupts absolutely. And so there's that. And Robert Moses was the guy in New York who almost destroyed all of Lower Manhattan before Jane Jacobs, a woman of courage and integrity and conscience, stopped him cold. He was a person early on who was a wizard of city building, and he was worshipped. But things got to him, and he got kind of nutty, and he was stopped. Anyway, it's a delightful part, and I'm thrilled to be in this movie.
I want to ask, but I mean, it's amazing to be in this movie, but then you're also in Jurassic Park. You're also in Independence Day. I mean, like big blockbuster movies. How does this set compare to some of the big blockbuster movies you've been in? Because this is like a big movie with a beautiful set.
This was real big, yes. Nathan Crowley was the production designer, did the sets. Those were big movies and fantastic, and they kind of rang the bell with the audience here or there. These sets, speaking of Nathan Crowley, were all built. They put a lot into this and cared so much for the material. They planted 9 million tulips.
Really?
They were real. Yeah. There were no...
No.
Yes, 9 million tulips. And they built, I have a big throne room that you saw.
How is there big enough space?
They had an enormous in London, outside London, Sky Elstree Studios.
Real
and they built
tulips.
Munchkinland, they built the Emerald City, they built my big throne room. It was there for us to act in. Fantastic.
And the giant wizard.
And the giant wizard head weighed 1 ton. And they've lugged that one thing around, and it was worked like that. They made it look like me a little bit. They've brought it to the junkets.
Did it scare your kids at all?
Well, my kids came to the set. They were 7 and 9, or 6 and 8 at the time. And Jon M was so sweet to them, put them in the chair, and da-da-da-da. And the women were all dressed up in their green makeup, were very sweet to them. Look, there they are. There we are in Florence. There's Charlie and River. And there's a double rainbow in that picture. That's right.
Wow. That is amazing.
Over the rainbow, Jeff Goldblum, thank you. We started singing, we ended singing. Jeff, you're a Hall of Fame guest. You are a Hall of Fame
No, you're
guest.
Hall of Fame. You're the dream team.
Wicked, from our sister company, Universal Pictures. In case you hadn't heard, it's in theaters on November 22nd. It's worth the watch.
It is.
Thank you
It
so
really
much.
is.
Thank you for doing this.
Thanks for being
Fantastic.
Go with her.
What?
If anything should happen to her.
She'll be fine.
Marissa Bode has traveled a long way down the yellow brick road from the community theater stage of her small Wisconsin hometown.
Theater for me growing up was genuinely just about having as much fun as I can, and I have always loved The Wizard of Oz. Watched it so many times when I was younger. When I was 11, 12 is when I saw it on stage for the first time. My mom had surprised me.
Around that same age, Marissa survived a car accident that left her paralyzed from the waist down.
Can you describe that period of your life and how you received that news at such a young age?
I think what was most difficult is the education surrounding it, because I didn't grow up learning about disability or disabled people in general, so it seemed like a much scarier thing than I know now. I always say it genuinely at the end of the day, I am just sitting down. It's not that much deeper than that, and a wheelchair is an assistive device similar to glasses.
Did that serve as an identifying mark in your life?
I think it definitely made me a more empathetic person. Although that journey was also long because middle schoolers, we know. But it did make me see the world differently and just to take different minority groups into consideration.
Now, at 24, her breakout role in the film Wicked is defying what has been the norm. She is making history as the first actor with a disability to play the part of Nessa Rose.
That perfectly adorable munchkin boy just asked me out.
I am over the moon about them making the decision to cast somebody who is authentically in a wheelchair, because it's not something I saw a lot of when I was growing up, and if I did, it was like for one special episode and you never saw the character again. So to be in this huge movie, I just feel so lucky and grateful that I can be that representation and help people feel a lot less alone.
I loved at the Australian premiere, there was Yeoh and the little girl who plays young Nessa Rose. How does that representation sort of manifest in those moments?
It genuinely means everything.
And Marissa got the older sister treatment both on and off screen from Cynthia Erivo, whose characters are sisters in the film.
One day we were filming and she clocked me, rightfully so, of me being in my head and just me being extra hard on myself. And she was like, just breathe, just be present in the moment. And I really did appreciate that.
It's been a full circle moment for Marissa's whole family, who has never left her side.
Both my parents, for sure, are very supportive. My dad has just always really loved movies, even the other day when he got to see the premiere for the first time.
Let's dance.
I have a really cool dance number in that. I've never, ever danced that much in my life before. And we both got a little bit emotional because just how far I've come from local community theater to be where I'm at now is just, it's been a journey for the whole family, really. It's because I'm in this chair.
Was there a moment during filming where you really felt, wow, this is it, I'm here, I'm making history?
The first surreal moment I really had was when I touched down in London, because I had never been overseas before. I still feel that every day, but that was, I think, the first moment and the first, oh my gosh, I kind of made it.
Say that again.
Yeah, I made it.
You made it.
Yeah, and I made it now, but I'm so excited for what's to come after this and to hopefully pave the way more in the future for more disabled actors. I think incorporating more visibility in media can make a huge difference overall.
Oh, we love her.
Aren't you in love with her?
Yes. By the way, that was a beautiful conversation you had with her, too. You really brought out a lot. I thought that was beautiful. Wow.
It was really great. And you know what? She has obviously a long runway ahead, including part 2 of Wicked. There will be so much more magic. And Wicked, as you all know, because we've been promoting it for so long.
Because it's amazing.
Because it's so amazing.
Yeah.
I loved it. From our sister company, Universal Pictures. Hits theaters this Friday, and you don't want to miss it.
No, you don't. Thank you, Donna.
I'm Paul Taswell, and I'm the costume designer for Universal's Wicked.
Think of what we could do together.
My intent for the audience is that they fall in love with each of the characters and want to wear their clothing as well.
It's good to see me, isn't it?
I think the overriding theme is friendship. The second theme is self-empowerment, realization of identity and how you see yourself.
You're great.
I am.
Cynthia as a person of color playing Elphaba, who is a person of color and grappling with her own self-love and how to get beyond being oppressed by the color of her skin, and then also how she is seen within the society of Oz. This is one that really speaks very directly and plainly to how I exist and how I walk through life.
Paul grew up in Akron, Ohio, in a family of artists who encouraged him to pursue his creative passions.
Early on, I was asthmatic, so my activities were inside most of the time. I learned to draw very early. I learned to sew. When I was in grade school, I found the world of theater. I knew that I wanted to be a part of that.
After getting a master's from NYU, he built a high-profile career in costume design, winning an Emmy for The Wiz Live and a Tony for Hamilton. Paul then made history when Steven Spielberg asked him to design costumes for his 2021 remake of West Side Story. The role earned Paul an Oscar nom, the first ever for a black man in the costume design category. Today, he's earning Oscar buzz again for his work in Wicked.
I spend time at my drawing table drawing my ideas. Those images are then handed over to a concept artist that can then digitally manipulate the design. The next step is to work with an amazing tailor or dressmaker to create patterns. I spend lots of time deciding on fabrics. I would say 300 to 500 questions answered in a day.
And for a second time, he got to work with Cynthia Erivo.
Going in, I knew that she loved clothing. And I also knew that she was very collaborative around what her costumes might be. The idea of being somewhat restrictive, being in all black because she's still in mourning for her mother, thinking from a fantasy aspect, how can I twist that so that indeed we are not in America at the turn of the century. We're in Oz.
Expect the unexpected.
One of the most signature elements for the character of Elphaba is the hat. It has been given as a joke from Galinda.
And don't tell me you have nothing to wear, because you could wear this.
And she actually turns it around and makes it her power source.
Oh, hello.
To have the opportunity to dress Ariana is really life-changing. My starting point with the design for Glinda, it was hugely inspired by the Billy Burke Glinda from the 1930s film, because she arrives in a bubble. I wanted for her dress to resonate with the same kind of whimsy, but I also wanted for it to be a different image, something that we hadn't seen before.
You can do anything. I know.
You think about when I was a little kid, that's what I've been doing for most of my life. And to do it at that level was just heaven.
Paul.
Wow.
I mean, we fell in love with your costumes yesterday when we watched this, and there's that moment of like, you can do anything.
Mm-hmm.
Did you have somebody that believed in you and the way those women believed in each other?
Absolutely. I mean, my mom is a huge advocate, has been even to this day. But growing up, I mean, you saw me in that genie outfit. I mean, that was, all of that creativity. I mean, it is all inspired from her and learning from her, and then taking off on my own. I mean, it's a wonderful life.
I mean, to be able to know your passion so young, I love that you discovered it and you were like, this is my thing. Did you ever waver from that, or did you stay on that path?
I actually wanted to be, I found theater, and I wanted to be a performer. I mean, when I was growing up, it was fame and all that jazz, and, that was the rage. And so I knew that I wanted to be in New York and that I was going to be on Broadway. And then on the side of that was, learning to sew and draw and paint. And, I was then designing costumes for, there's a picture of me as the Wiz. Well, I made all that, that was my first design, really. And I was 16 years old. So I had to make a choice when I was in college what direction I would go, and I chose costume.
Wow, what a great direction.
You chose an incredible career. Your costumes make this beautiful film.
They really do.
Remarkable.
Thank you so much. Paul's going to stick around with us. We've got the actual Wicked costumes right here in Studio 1A, and he's going to give us a closer look coming up right after this.
We are back with Emmy and Tony-winning costume designer Paul Tazwell, who created these incredible costumes for the new movie, Wicked.
And back with us is the actor who plays Fiyero. We have Jonathan Bailey. And in our hands, we have...
I know, we must say, I'm wearing the actual hat.
And I'm holding the actual Galinda wand.
Cynthia's head is smaller than both of ours because we have giant heads.
We do. But let's talk about this beautiful outfit, which, by the way, was specially designed in a way that took good care of you, right?
Absolutely. I mean, look, Jonathan is the most charismatic, the most charming of Oz, and this is for Fiyero, is to represent that. This is for the Oz Dust Ball, so this is Fiyero's dress-up costume.
But also, you're an engineer,
Absolutely.
and you did something with this that cooled him down.
There's so many elements to this. This is about your experience in theatre as well. Like, you could dance in this, but I was overheating, and there was, I think you gave a bit of space around the around the chest,
around the torso, yeah,
to allow some plumbing to go underneath.
That's
I plugged myself into an ice
That
bag
is amazing.
to cool my body.
All the things that you don't, all the technical things that you don't actually know are going on, just so that we can preserve actors from passing out.
I
love it. All right.
Okay, shall we move on to Glenda?
Sure.
Glenda.
These are, I mean, actually, I don't know how much you do see them briefly. These are Glenda's shoes that are all custom embroidered and beaded, and then also her crown. That is a series of bubbles. The element of bubbles kind of swirls around all of Glinda.
You created 25 looks.
Absolutely. Yeah, I mean, the fun of this, this film is that you get a chance to see Elphaba and Glinda and everyone else actually from, across weeks and months and all their whole year at Shiz. So it's pretty wonderful.
It's the detail.
Yes,
as well.
incredible. Let's talk about this dress here in particular because, by the way, it looks like an art piece, really.
It does.
It's very sculptural. I mean, that was one of my hopes. This is hugely inspired by the dress worn by Billy Burke from the 1939 film. So I wanted to capture the same essence, that as far as silhouette, the amount of sparkle, the magic that it exudes, but then also this idea of spiral that runs throughout the film.
Yes.
Kind of, as kind of a thematic element.
Jonathan, how would you describe working with the genius that is Paul?
Well, I was going to say that I think I tried this on in my first fitting, and Paul was the first, the first person I met in the room, and the detail that Paul applies to the costumes, but also to the conversations and to the sensitivity by which you understand people and character, and the arc of the two films. These characters go on huge emotional journeys, and that is so reflected in these people. And with Elphaba's, the texture of
that's
gorgeous.
It's like her relationship with nature, I think, Paul. Is it right that these are all mushroom textures?
That's right. Wow. I mean, it's mushrooms and tree bark and dried leaves.
Wow.
And that's her connection to nature and her connection to the advocation for animals.
At the end, remember?
That
we were wailing with tears, wailing.
That's what musicals are for.
Yeah. Yes, and this is done in a beautiful way. I mean, we cannot overstate how beautiful and important this film is.
Congratulations, you guys. Thank you for coming on.
So proud of what you put into the world. Oh, it's incredible. And Wicked, from our sister company, Universal Pictures, hits theaters November 22nd.
We'll be back right after this. We're wrapping up Wicked with a good song.
Have we ever done a whole segment singing?
Nope.
We're singing about the Wicked role. It had to be you. It had to be you.
Yeah.
Wonderful you.
Wow.
Yep.
Hey.
That's right.
Jeff Goldblum. We were just telling him.
We're like Tony, Orlando, and Don. Yeah. Tie a yellow ribbon
around the old oak tree. Wait, okay. There's a reason you're in a musical movie.
Yes.
We are not, but we're talking about how great Wicked is.
So good.
You are phenomenal in it. Do we have a clip of Jeff as the wizard?
I think we have to. Let's roll it.
Let's roll it.
Nice.
Say something.
My name is Elphaba Throp. You're Osmus. And this is...
Elphaba, is that you?
Elphaba Throp?
A man.
Elphaba Throp? I didn't know it was you. You made it. Sorry about all that. I didn't mean to startle you.
Jeff, good morning. Good morning. By the way, it really did have to be you in this role.
It had to
as
be.
Oz. We were trying to think of anybody else. There's not another person.
How many milliseconds did it take you to say yes?
What's the smaller than milliseconds? Trilliseconds.
I mean,
no, I was thrilled about it. Oh my gosh, what a delicious thing. I was, Wizard of Oz, the movie, and then this play, which we were talking about. I was, Idina Menzel and Kristen Chenoweth.
Yes.
I was a big fan early on, but then Jon M. to direct this fantastic, and then the cast. Oh my gosh, Ariana Grande and Cynthia Erivo,
Well,
just the two greats of all time, and just perfect for these parts. They give performances for the ages.
You are obviously an incredible performer. We've seen you in so many things. You dance,
And
you sing, you
musician,
do
yeah.
all the things.
You tap.
What was it like? I mean, you knew that you were going to be with these two powerhouse singers. How did that feel for you?
Like a dream come true, They were so, I should have been intimidated, but they were so cordial and sweet and generous that we sang songs just like we did here, all the
We're
whole,
just like
the whole
Cynthia
time.
and Ariana,
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
Same thing.
Well, you two should do something.
Come on.
I'm thinking my brain is on fire. You should be doing something.
These are the roles of a lifetime. I mean, Ariana, born to play Glinda.
Yep.
Cynthia, born to play Elphaba.
Yes.
Jeff Goldblum, born to play the Wizard.
Yeah.
And I hear that you met Ariana 20 years ago when she was just a little girl.
Believe it or not, yeah, she reminded me halfway
Wait,
through.
what?
I was doing this play called Pillow Man, and she and her mom, Joan, came backstage in Schubert Alley. We took that picture, those two pictures. But I hadn't remembered that. She told me halfway through the shoot, she said, we've met, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Yeah, she's fantastic.
There's so much love on the set. Jonathan Bailey, we fell in love with here, too. And you did, too. It's like a bromance.
I adore him.
What is it about? Yeah, tell us about that.
Well, he's fantastic. He's, the heartthrob of all time. And he's absolutely fantastic. But the whole cast, Michelle Yeoh, fantastic.
I love her.
I love her. Ethan Slater and Marissa Bode. Absolutely. But those two women and the whole team, the whole delicious team.
It is.
Absolutely amazing. And the movie is about something. It's not only rollicking entertainment, of course, but
and funny.
And funny, hilarious, and you're crying and everything. But it's about two women from wildly different cultural and political sensibilities who burst their bubble and empathetically have compassion for each other, work together, and love each other. How about that? Isn't that important and interesting?
That's it.
And
that's
I think
everything.
we all loved the musical. And so, it's like this precious thing. You're like, please take care of this beautiful thing.
Yeah.
I swear, I think you get even more out of it because you can hear the songs and the lyrics even better. It just takes it to the next level, like cranks it up.
It's a different animal, but I love what they've done. We were talking, it's difficult to make a musical into a terrific movie. Jon M, fantastic. And everybody involved was so devoted and in love with the material. And that character, is interesting. There's some dark aspects to that. Nothing is as it seems, as we know in this movie. There's nobody all good and all bad. But that wizard, there are leaders throughout human history who have seized and enhanced power through demonizing others. That's an ugly history. But even our early settlers, they said that the indigenous people were satanic and witches. And how about animal cruelty that we bring up?
No, there's a lot of
so many
layers to
things.
this.
But
wait a minute, I did tease this.
What?
Did you know that he used to be into mime? I just wanted to know.
How does it work?
What happened? Was miming going to be your thing?
I wanted to be. Yes, I did. I wanted to be. Before I saw Marcel Marceau on stage, there's a movie called Children of Paradise that I recommend. Jean-Louis Barrault does fantastic mime. And then it fell on hard times culturally, Tootsie, and they throw the thing on, and people at malls and stuff. But
is that you?
My golly, yes, it is. That certainly is me. I think I'm wearing the same glasses right now. That's me.
If you want more from Jeff Goldblum, which you do, he's going to come up in our next hour, too.
Great.
You got Riz, buddy.
There's more Riz.
So much Riz.
You've got more Riz than I do.
We love you.
We love you so much. A reminder, Wicked from our sister company, Universal Pictures, and that is not the reason we're raving about it. It's just awesome. Hits theaters 1 week from today.
Okay, y'all probably know English actor Jonathan Bailey best from his role as the noble big brother Anthony in the Netflix hit Bridgerton. But now he's bringing his charm to the big screen in the new film Wicked. It is remarkable. It's also from her sister company, Universal Pictures.
Jonathan plays Fiyero, Oz's most eligible bachelor, who arrived at Shiz University and instantly makes a connection with Galinda. Take a look.
Are you looking for something? Or someone?
No, I was... What was I doing?
How would I know?
Our first fight.
Still here?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I promised to give a guided tour to any recently arrived students, so... Wait. Are you a recently arrived student?
I am, yeah.
Oh, I didn't know.
Oh, come on.
Okay, first of all, that clip is... What's happening?
Oh, sorry, I've just been breastfeeding.
That film, we watched it last night, Jonathan. We wept.
We wept.
And also, every time you came into the picture, even if you weren't the main focus...
Didn't matter.
Everybody, we speak in unison. Everybody fell in love with you. In love.
Wow. There's a lot to love in Wicked.
Yeah.
And the girls' performances. I mean, I joined you. I was so overwhelmed watching it for the first time. The emotional arc. And I know that Jon M, the director, was here earlier, but his ability to translate this beloved stage musical onto film in this way.
Okay, we want to talk about you.
No.
Yeah, we really want to talk about you. Because there is something, you in your role, like you stole the scene like right away, the minute you stepped out there. And I think, Jenny, you asked the director, like, what was it about him? What did he say?
I said, Jonathan's going to be on the show. And I said, we fell in love with him. And like, we kept falling in love with him. Really in love. And he said, it's because Jonathan is an incredible listener. You can tell that he listens with his eyes. Which is what we felt like you were looking into our souls.
We thought that.
We did. But you weren't. But I mean, does that, I'm sure that rings true in some way.
Well, I mean, I think Fiyero is a really complicated character, actually. And I think putting this on film gives space to really explore that. But he's deeply curious and quite sad and alone and bored. And I think the moment he meets these two incredible women, I think he really is, and I think that is where chemistry lies, because I think when, from experience, when you are deeply attracted to someone, you're so aware of where they are in the room, and it's your peripheral vision is just as laser focused. So I think maybe that is where it lies.
Okay, so you got a whisper that you were going to get this role, and you were told, please don't tell anybody. This is top secret. So what did you do?
I told everyone.
You told everyone.
No, I didn't. I really didn't.
I thought you told your friends.
Well, no, I did say, I did tell a couple of people. I said, look, come on, let's go and we went and had a really lovely dinner, and we went to go and see Wicked, which actually, looking back, was I think Mark Platt and Universal probably were not best pleased that I was in the second row with all my friends the day after. Yeah, and actually my friend was playing Alphabet at the time, Lucy Jones, and she was like, oh, you're coming along to see Wicked again. I was like, oh, yeah. But you know, the thing about this is that I love the show and I love the original cast, and Norbert Leo Butz, who played the original Fiyero, is iconic and brilliant. So I wanted to research as much as I could. So it was a good excuse to go and see it again. Yeah.
Who was the first person you told, other than your friends, that you got this role?
My nana, who's 93 years old. Yeah, she took me to see Oliver the musical when I was 5, I think, with the full family. We sat right at the back, super cheap seats, but you know, it was incredible because that one moment of inspiration, even though I deviated from singing and dancing, I've come back to the two things.
Well, that's what we love about your story. You were a ballet dancer.
I'm not sure how good I was, but I did.
And you were the only ballet kid, and here you are, and the only boy in the class. And at some point, you did, fall out of it, and yet it does feel like you've come back to like your true purpose.
Yeah. And it's funny. I think I hope this film, if it does anything, I mean, it will do a lot of things, but I really hope that parents and young boys inspires parents to let their boys dance, and for boys to know that they can go and do that. Because it was quite a remarkable thing to love something so. With full body and mind, but to be the only boy, it was kind of an extraordinary thing. And I did stop dancing because I think I became aware that might not be the right thing to do, and I enjoyed all the other sports. But the fact that I've come back to it now, and it's reignited that and singing for me. So it's what an amazing.
Well, this film, I mean, we cried.
It's extraordinary. It's like one. I think even if you don't like musical theater, if you go to this movie, you'll fall in love. There's something about it.
It reminded me of going to the cinema for the very first time and seeing an expansive movie which transports you. But yeah, I think even more so if you don't like musicals, let this come and just sweep you away, and Cynthia will let anyone fly.
Oh, it was so good. Okay, but you know what we love about this? You're not leaving because you're going to stick around for our next segment.
Yes, I will.
Because we have the Wicked costume designer, Paul Tazewell, with us. And we look forward to that. Okay, there's nothing like a holiday rom-com to put you in a good mood, especially if it is starring Tony and Emmy-winning actress and singer Kristen Chenoweth.
Okay, we're obsessed with it. It's called Our Little Secret, and Kristen plays a mom who meets her son's girlfriend, played by Lindsay Lohan, for the first time at Christmas, and it's not this picture-perfect situation. Take a look.
Here we go.
Oh, wow.
It's incredible. Really incredible.
Yeah, it's really something.
Wow, she just captures us so perfectly.
Does she?
Oh, what's so funny? Are you, oh, no. Is she all right?
Yeah, I don't know. I think she was struck by the beauty.
Wow.
We already know exactly who you are from that 20-second clip.
And we talked about the premise of this.
Yes.
This is the best idea for a Christmas movie.
Tell us. Funny. I mean, my son and my daughter are dating a couple separately that used to be a couple, and they find themselves all together at my house, and they don't tell us that they used to be together. And I play like a Real Housewives of Atlanta type character.
Was it fun to play her for a minute?
I love playing a villain because I like to get my aggression out.
Yeah.
I've played more villains than nice people.
I know, you really have.
Yeah, you have.
And I feel like The Descendants.
There you go.
You know, I had a kid come up to me just the other night at the premiere of Wicked, and she said, "It's Maleficent," and cried. I was like, "I'm really nice," and she's like, "Mommy, Mommy." I was like, "Oh no," she was an executive's child. I was like, "Great, now I won't be working again."
And you're the opposite of that, which is what's so hilarious.
By the way, I can see that twinkle in your eye though when you're playing her. So you are kind of a narcissistic. Is that how you describe yourself?
Monster-in-law. I'm a monster-in-law, and you know, in the South, I don't know if it's healthy or not, probably not, but when we give we call them kind swipes. You know, we say not so nice things, but in a very lovely way.
Yes.
So it hits you like a week later that might not have been the nicest.
Like, for example, bless her heart.
Oh yeah,
it's actually not
She's
kind.
so ugly, bless her heart.
Yeah, exactly. They protect things in sort of a sandwich.
Yeah, we call it a kind swipe.
Okay, now you've been married for a year.
Yeah, I thought you would say you've been married 3 times. Like, no, not that I'm aware.
You just celebrated your year anniversary.
Yes, I'm so
He's
happy.
so sweet. You have the sweetest husband.
Thank you, Hoda. I love him to death. You know, we had our first anniversary. We went to our favorite place in Mexico, and it's also his birthday. I did that on purpose so he would never forget our anniversary.
By the way, I have that too with Henry.
No.
His birthday is the day before our anniversary,
Oh,
so it's a lot at once.
So how was the anniversary?
Well, I woke up, you know, we're still learning each other, even though we've been together 6 years. I woke up and had his birthday gift. It was all prepared for him, and the whole day went by. I was like, wonder where my present is. Wonder what he's going to say, and nothing. By the time we had dinner on the beach, I'm like, nothing. I've written the story in my mind, like women do.
Yeah.
He's not going to get me anything. He's going to get me a card or maybe a kiss. A book or something. We get back to
the books in the category.
Just a book.
Jenna.
Jenna.
I get it.
I've written 4 books myself, but a book. So we get to the cabana, and I open the door, and there's rose petals all the way to the bathtub. He knows I love to take a tub.
Yeah.
And he had the whole thing filled with roses and water, and then a big old present on the bed with rose petals everywhere. I was like, so I felt so bad. I was about ready to divorce him.
Why does that always happen around anniversaries?
No.
Because expectations. By the way, speaking of expectations, a lot of people are so excited about this Wicked movie, and you went to the premiere. Yeah. By the way, it was so fun to see you on the red carpet.
Yes.
Because of course we all imagine you.
You originated this role.
Yeah.
Yes, it was special to watch. I think Adina and I. There we are, me and I.
Yes.
Look how precious. I think for especially.
You got to sit next to her and watch.
I sat next to her and watched. I cried my eyes out because as I say to people, I put it in stone and she brought it home.
Oh.
And you know, when she was 10, she came to my dressing room backstage and met me, and she said, "I want to play Glinda." The same voice she has today.
The picture?
There she is. And look at us now. When she called me, she was like, "I got the audition." We both squealed like dolphins. And then she gets the part. And not only that, you know, people know her as an amazing singer, just like they know Cynthia.
Exactly.
Let's not forget that.
Cynthia's amazing.
We love her.
Powerhouse.
Amazing.
So much. Powerhouse. And they both far exceed anyone's expectation in these roles, I feel.
And this, I mean, the fact that this movie has, you still go down to Wicked, you see it on Broadway, it is lines.
Yes.
Like the fact that it is held in such a beautiful way.
And how you saw it, how would you
rate it?
You know, movie musicals can be tricky.
Yeah.
And when they're done poorly, we get made fun of, and we should, because if they're not great, it's not great. This one, in my opinion, and I'm a harsh critic of the piece, I'm going to be protective.
Yeah.
I feel like there should be some awards coming that way.
What?
Oh, yeah. I think John Chu not only nailed it, but gave a love letter to our show and the story and to Broadway as a whole. And the story is the center. The two girls is the real love story.
Yeah, it is.
And it's the center. I mean, it looks like Harry Potter, but the love story is the center. And I'm so touched.
Wow.
I hope y'all love it like
oh my
I
gosh,
did.
We're going to. We're going to see it tomorrow.
Wait.
Oh my
We're
gosh.
so excited.
Can't wait to hear your review.
Oh my God.
All right. Well, Kristen's going to stick around. She's going to spill some secrets.
Oh,
and look who's here to join in on the fun. Actress Wendy McClendon-Covey coming up right after this. Back now with actress and singer Kristen Chenoweth, who's starring in a new holiday rom-com. It's called Our Little Secret. And joining the party, she came with the fun here, actress Wendy McClendon-Covey.
Yeah, in honor of Kristen's new movie, we thought it'd be fun to play a little game of secrets. Don't we love that graphic? Okay, so this is what's going to happen. A wheel is going to spin behind us, and it will land on a story or a fun fact, and we have to guess which one of y'all it applies to.
Okay. Let's spin the wheel.
Here we go.
Okay, the first one is I'm double jointed in my armpit.
Which one is it?
You.
No, I
Kristen.
think it's Wendy.
You tell me.
Oh. Ow, ow, ow,
I'm like, did I say?
Wait, how did you learn?
I don't know why it's that way, but believe me, it has opened no doors. Although I have been married for 28 years, so you guys, that's not nothing.
That's hilarious.
Amazing.
All right, let's do another one.
Okay.
This is good.
Spin the wheel.
Okay.
Okay, I once suffered a major injury while doing the splits at a basketball game.
God, you guys are. Oh, now I'm.
Y'all are both.
I'm going with Kristen on that one. Yeah, she was a cheerleader, I bet.
Yeah, Kristen.
I'm the worst liar.
It was you?
Yeah.
So what happened?
I was on the top of a pyramid, and I used to be double jointed, so I was my coccyx bone, let's call it, was Paige Porter dropped me. It's a long story. And, Paige and I landed, and the first thing that landed was my coccyx, so I called it a cooter smash. I'm sorry.
Oh my God!
Yeah. And I can tell when it's going to change weather.
I'm having phantom pains.
Hey, good morning, everybody. Good morning.
Y'all are both double jointed.
Look who you got this morning.
Double jointed.
You guys are so stoked that
You're
we're
lucky.
here.
Let's spin the wheel again. I can't wait. What's happening right now?
We don't know.
Flexible at all.
We're not
All
sure.
right, here we go. I feed the crows around my house every day, and sometimes it looks like a horror movie scene.
God, both of y'all love animals.
That's Wendy. That's Wendy for sure.
Yeah, look at her boots.
They bring me little presents.
So wait,
the crows bring you like little tools and stuff if you keep feeding them.
What tools do they bring you?
They bring you like little sticks or rocks or things that you.
What do you use the tools for?
I mean, nothing. But they think you're going to use them.
I think it's like a
or one time they brought me a red rubber bracelet.
What?
Because I feed them in the same place. But yes, our house looks like the Munsters because it's covered in crows. And if the neighbors think we're weird, that is fine with me.
Okay, one more spin. Spin the wheel one more time. Okay, I was an aerobic instructor in 1986. Yeah.
I think it's
Kristen.
I think
Kristen.
So.
I'm the worst liar.
Kristen can't even look.
I know. She's like looking around.
With that coccyx, you were still a.
I just got my coccyx together and we taught aerobics.
I love it.
Wait, you taught aerobics? What kind? Step aerobics?
Step, yeah. And I taught 4 classes a day.
Do it anymore?
For a day?
4 days.
Do you ever still do it every once in a while?
God, no. No, I like hot yoga now.
Oh, hot yoga's a good one.
It's good for the coccyx.
Oh my God, y'all are cracking me up.
What's happening?
I don't know.
I don't know.
The two of y'all need to do a show together. Okay, Kristen's movie, Our Little Secret, hits Netflix November 27th.
Hey, thanks for watching. Don't miss the Today Show every weekday at 11 a.m. Eastern, 8 Pacific on our streaming channel, Today All Day. To watch, head to today.com/allday or click the link right here.